Alright, hey guys. Appreciate you guys joining in for today's shave. It is the weekend of 4th of July. 4th of July is Tuesday? Yeah, I think it's Tuesday. And today we're going to be doing a shave with Bricktown Grooming batch 214. So this matching splash, I love the splash, right? Because it tells you right there, and he hand puts this on there, Bricktown Grooming. Citrus and jasmine, it's such like a simple mix, but such a great mix, right? Like, man, this is probably one of my favorite floral citrus scents that I have. So the star of the party, though, isn't the shaving soap and the splash today. So today, we're going to be using the Vector stainless steel from Blackland. And I have it apart. I usually have the blade in it, but today I'm going to try a new blade. So far I've tried the Schick P30s and the Feather Professionals. So far I like the Schick Pros, the P30s. A little bit more, they're smoother. The Feather Professionals are very blade forward. I don't mind it, but because I like blade feel, but for most people I don't think you would like the feathers. I've heard these, though, the Feather Pro Guards are really good, and I just got them from the razor company, so I bought a pack of 15. They're like $18, and they're called Pro Guards because I think I can get that in there. Maybe not, but that kind of sucks. Come on, focus. I think you can kind of see them. So there's like little ridges right here. It's like a little guard on the blade. You can kind of see it there. So I wanted to show you that. So I didn't load it yet. But loading it's super simple, right? So there's two sides of it. That flat side is going to be the side. It simply drops on it. And then there's holes. And then you match those holes with that hole. Snaps in together. I like to use a little washer. And then it is a square style bar, so you got to be careful to make sure it's on straight, and that is. And boom. So yeah, I haven't tried this yet. This will be my first time trying this blade, which is a Feather Professional. Comes in a pack of 15. I think I paid like $18. They're a little pricey. We'll see. So far with the the Schick Pros P30s and the Feather Professional, I'm getting about 8 to 10. I could probably get a couple more shaves out of it, but we'll see. I might try to push past that 10 mark on this one. The next big thing is going to be the brushes. Today it's going to be a longer video because I'm also wanting to compare two brushes. So yesterday for my shave I used this, which is my Mojo handle. I haven't used this on a video yet. It's called the Northern Lights. It's a purple dyed wood. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure it's burl, if I had to guess. And then it has resin with sparkles in it, and it's supposed to look like the Northern Lights. And it does. It's very, very gorgeous, and it actually comes all the way through. So you can see it's like a cavern almost. And the knot in it is my Declaration Grooming B9A Plus. It's a great knot. I don't use this brush very often though, because I have two other B9A Pluses. Right here's one of them in the Pearl of Stars, which I'll show you in a few minutes. It's soaking. And then I also have a Blood of Kings 2.0 B9A Plus. So usually when I want to use a B9A Plus, I'm usually using this one or my Blood of Kings. So yesterday, it wasn't in a video, but just to shave, I decided I wanted to see how similar B9A Plus was to my B5, because B5 is a renowned legendary knot from Declaration Grooming, and I really enjoy the B9As. So lately I've been kind of comparing and contrasting in my shave of the day photos, like in my Instagram account, if you follow that. And because I kind of want to see, with enough uses, are some of these legendary knots very similar to some that aren't so legendary, like this. This is a good ass knot. You don't see it too often as like revered as legendary. Like you'll see a B5 go for $400 or $500 sometimes on the used market if it pops up, but you won't see these go for more than maybe, I mean, it depends on the pour. Like this one's are, and the Blood of Kings is a little bit more sought after, but maybe around 300. Even less. I've seen some B9A pluses lately go for like 2 to 250. If they were just in like unicorn ivory, something basic. But I wanted to use this one because I was like, oh, you know, let me see how close, because it seems like it's pretty close. And I did a side by side, and it's very freaking close. The only difference I could tell between this knot right here and my B5 was the B5, when lathering on the skin, it disappeared like a cloud. Where this just had a very slight presence to it. You could feel it a little bit more. But both are super soft, both very low gel. So yeah, I'm really curious. It made me wonder how good this B9A Plus knot is compared to my other B9A Plus knots. To see maybe if this is just a GOAT B9A Plus, which happens sometimes with variants. So maybe this is just a freaking awesome B9A Plus. So today I'm going to be comparing this B9A Plus, and this is supposedly a 26 millimeter. I bought it as, but it's quite big for a 26. So I'm thinking that's a 28. That looks more like a 28 millimeter knot from Declaration Grooming to me. So the first one I'm going to use is this one that's been soaking, and we're already at 7 minutes. So now I'm going to put this one back in the water so that one can soak for a little bit. And Pearl of the Stars is just a great pour. Let's see if we can focus on that a little bit more. It's blue, it's sparkly, it's gorgeous. I actually sought after to get this one. I had the Blood of Kings, which is a red, like pearl sparkle, and I thought it'd be super cool to have a matching pearl, but in blue, kind of like red and blue. B9A Plus, it's basically B9A hair, but from my understanding, Scott from Declaration Grooming did a in-house gel treatment on the tips, and then that's what the Plus is for. Boom. And so you see there is the knot, and yeah, it's a little jelly. It's not super jelly though. Not a whole lot of clumps going on. But yeah, let's roll it in, and we're gonna do a head shave. So actually, let me get some of that fro lather on top of the head dome. So like I said, this is gonna be a little bit longer of a video because I'm gonna be comparing and contrasting two brushes. Now, using this one in my Blood of Kings, I have noticed sometimes it does take a little longer to load, and I think that's because of the gel knots, where this one doesn't seem like it does. But yeah, I'm just really interested if these B9As are very similar to this or what. Because I think it's kind of interesting in the hobby how you see people talk about these really legendary knots, but then you won't always hear people talk about something like this that's fairly similar. At least that one is to my B5. And you know, maybe my B5 isn't a great B5 because it's not a full. It's a, I think it's Jesse Chaplin poured the pour, and Brett Monzingo, he did the lathe for the handle, and then Scott at Declaration Grooming put the B5 in there. So we got some pretty good looking stuff right here. We're going to start getting that right on the dome. And right off the bat, really soft. But after using my B5 yesterday, I can already tell that this one has more presence, as in backbone. Where the B5 just kind of disappears into a cloud. This one, I can feel it when I press down like this. Definitely has more backbone. Gonna add a little bit more water. And what I've been doing with the comparing and contrasting is at first I was doing it side by side. Like right now I would have two brushes, but then what I started doing is I do the first round with one brush, and then I do the second round with the other brush, and in that second round I will bring back the first brush and kind of do them side by side. So that way I get a much longer time of lathering with one brush at a time, so I can really compare and contrast them side by side. And the scent strength on this is great. It's I'd say a 6, maybe even a 7 out of 10. It doesn't have the best post-shave feel. I know a lot of people don't care about that because you're using some kind of aftershave and balm. I gotta say, I'm fairly impressed for the price point of this. I think it's like $16 tub. I'm not sure who carries it right now. I know Razor Emporium carries it. I think the Razor Company carries it. I know the Razor Company carries the Splash, but I'm not sure if they carry the soap yet or not. I love their splashes, Bricktown Grooming, because the scents are so great. I only have two though. So I have Batch 214, which again is jasmine and citrus. Not jasmine, lily. No, it is jasmine. Jeez. And the second one I have is the Bazaar, which is like an incense, rose. It smells like a bazaar in the Middle East, which is basically an American version flea market or marketplace, you know, whatever you want to call it in your neck of the woods. But I love the scent strength of the splashes. Some splashes I've tried that are more expensive, like 20 bucks, the scent strength just isn't great. And I don't know, like if I'm getting a splash too, I like the scent strength to be kind of strong, but that's just me. So I think we're good with that. This is, I mean, it's not bad. I could hydrate it even more, but I'm only on a day's worth of growth. I'm not doing a straight shave, razor shave. This should be pretty sufficient. Oh, so I'm pretty excited about this. New Feather Pro Guard. I gotta say, the Blackland Vector, I haven't tried the titanium, but the stainless steel, it's light. It's like, I'd have to look it up, but maybe like 70, 80 grams. And it's just really nice. It's nimble. It has good coverage because of how long that head is, but it's so nimble that you can get everywhere and anywhere. And I have been playing around with angles, and I found that riding the cap on this is actually really nice. Especially on the Feather Pros, Feather Professionals. Riding the cap makes it a lot less aggressive feeling. And on this one, yeah, it's pretty smooth. Like I can ride the safety bar on this one and it's still not bad. So just in case we don't know what I mean by that is, this is the top cap. So if this is your skin, riding the cap means that you're at an angle more where the skin is touching the cap and then the blade is just grazing those hairs. This part right here is the safety blade. Safety bar. Riding the safety bar is the exact opposite. So now you push that safety bar against your skin and then you're pulling down. And yeah, these are really smooth. Yep. Man, the Schick Pros are really smooth too. But first impression, this These might be smoother than the Schick Pros for me. Yeah. Yeah. Initial impression out the box, these are going to be smoother than the P30s. P30s are a little cheaper though, because you get 30. This you only get 15. And I think the P30s are $1 cheaper anyways. So it's $1 cheaper, plus you get 30 blades. But I'm the type of person that I like to have a couple different blades for variety. So like with my double edge, I like Astra SPs a lot, which I'm really lucky to like those because they're freaking cheap as heck. And I like feather blades as well for DEs. They're a little bit more expensive, so, and they don't last me as long. So I use those kind of sparingly, only once in a while. But the next blade that I recently found that I really like, and I bought a 100-pack, was just Gillette Nossets. They're freaking phenomenal. They're a little sharper than the Astra SPs to me, but they're just as smooth. So I like those a lot. And besides that, like, I'm good with like 3. I don't need like 5 or 6 different blades, to be honest. But I don't know, recently I have been trying some sample blades that I get for free. One of the ones that I want to try that I recently got was Wizamat. I've heard those are pretty good. So I'm going to try those, see if they beat out one of those 3 blades for me. But I think going forward with these AC single edge blades, going forward I think I'm going to stick with the Schick P30s and the Feather Pro Guards. I don't think I'm going to buy any more of the Feather Professionals. There is one other blade that I could try that I've heard good things about for this, and that is a Kai blade. But I might just stick to these two because this is a really smooth shave. And yeah, that's one pass. Let's see what we got. That was a great first pass. Great first pass. Like in most standards, I could get away with one pass on my head for that. But what's the fun in that? So now we're taking out the Mojo Northern Lights with the B9A Plus. And see, this one seems so much bigger than that one. I might need to just use that one some more to break it in. The guy I bought it from, he's a collector of these brushes. So he has a lot that, and some rare ones that, you know, a lot of people don't have. So if you're a collector, yeah, you might not be using it as much as somebody else. So it might just be that that doesn't have a lot of uses on it, and I need to break it in more. Yeah, I think that's plenty right there. All right. Yeah, right off the bat, this one feels like it has less backbone. It feels more cloud-like. A little water. A little bit more water. Yeah, this one's like a cloud. Oh, yeah. So this one is soft. The tips are super soft, but this one has a heck of a lot more backbone. This one is on the high level of medium. It's not high backbone, but it's on that high level Where this, it's on that very low end of medium. Actually, I'd probably put this at low. I'd probably put it at low. I'd put it at the high level of low. So yeah, I don't know. Or for all I know, this could be a different knot. This might not be a B9A plus knot. Who knows? That's kind of the crappy thing that happens when you get, with Scott, when you get a handle and you send it to him and he puts a knot in it, he doesn't give you a card that says what that knot is. So, you know, if you sell it to somebody and then they sell it to somebody and then they sell it to somebody, somebody along the way, if they messed it up and said, oh yeah, this is this knot, it might not actually be that knot. So I don't know. It might not be a B9A plus. It might be like a B8 or B7. I doubt it's a B5. But yeah. Or maybe this will get like that with some more uses. Man, yeah, see look how good this freaking. It's so easy to lather. So easy. Such a great scent. Look at that brush. Look how beautiful that is. So there we have it. The Feather Pro Guards. Really great. So second pass, we're going to go across the green. Yeah, this one, I feel like I can go on autopilot. With the Feather Professional, I have to, ooh, look at that. See all that? I definitely have to pay attention. With this, I don't want to get too cocky either, though. That's when I cut myself. So yeah, do I still like this B9A Plus? Hell yeah, it's still a great knot. It's still a phenomenal handle. I'm still glad I own it. But now, I don't know if I'll be doing a video on it, but my next video will be comparing, again, the same Mojo handle with the same B9A Plus against my B9A Plus Blood of Kings to see how that one stacks up. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio feedback on this thing, but it's pretty good. Another thing I've been doing is I've been trying to enjoy what I have more, and I've been doing pretty good on software. The only new software I've bought recently, and I planned on it, was Barrister and Man Norodose, and that's because I've been wanting to buy that soap for a while, and he finally re-released it, so I knew I had to get it. Besides that, I've been just killing soaps. Actually, yesterday, and we'll see. Maybe I'll do an unboxing. I did buy it. I used. I bought 2 used. They're used, but I don't think they were used. If I remember right, the person never even used them. But I bought them on the buy sell trade groups. two new software sets. And the only reason I bought them was because, I'm going to get some of this lather out, was because I've had them on my list. I wanted to kill a couple more tubs though before I bought them, but the price that this gentleman was selling them for, I had to get them. The one set, it comes with the soap, the splash, the balm, and the EDP, and I got all of that for a little bit more than what the soap costs, brand new. So yeah, I kind of, it's one of those things that, like, yeah, buy it now and we'll just kill more soap anyways. Besides that, I do have two brushes coming in still. I bought a used ZT4 that I've been waiting on. It's kind of been UA in the mail, so hopefully I get that this coming up week. And then last night I made a big purchase, so I've been thinking about sending in two brush handles, because I have quite a few brush handles just sitting there with no knots. And I've been really enjoying my Declaration Grooming B16 knot, which is very, very similar to B5. Actually, I need to do a comparison on that, B16 to B5, side by side. And I was going to send in, I have a big 30 millimeter handle I was going to send in for B16, which is about 200 bucks. And as I was getting the handles out and last night and getting some stuff ready for it to ship to him, I hadn't purchased the knotting service yet, but you know, I just wanted to make sure I had the box and all that. Scott at Declaration Grooming did a surprise drop on a new handle on his site that is gorgeous. It's like a teal with blue with black, and then it has gold shimmer. And he even said that this is his best handle that he's done in probably the last year out of all the handles he's created. And what was crazy though is the options of knots. So right now usually his options are B16 and B3. For this one he had B16. You could also do a B15 hair. You could do B13 hair or B11 hair. And now mind you, I like B11. I like it quite a bit. I like B13 quite a bit too. This one we're going to go kind of angled slash against the grain. I really like B15 as well. And I like the handle so much that I was like, okay, I'm going to buy this handle. But what knot do I want to get? You know, do I still send in this handle for a B16? Or, you know, because I love B13 and you can't really get those anymore unless it's on the used market. So I was like, oh man, do I get this in like B13? But the more I thought about it, I have three B11s. And I like all three a lot. It's I have the Deja Blue, I have Poison Pond, and I have a Magic Hour. Really great pours. For B13, I have three as well. And I really like all three pours. I have the Royal, ROIL, so it's the purple and white one. I have the Dumb Courage, which is gold and red. And those two that I have, they're gorgeous. Like the Royal, there's a lot of purple with the white, so it's not just like a big thing of white, because some of them I've seen are like that. And then my third, a lot of people don't like this release, but I think it's pretty sick looking, is the Sonder. So it was for HOM, House of Mammoth, and it's yellow and black, and it's what do you call it? Like, not pastel, but not shiny. Matte. It's like a matte finish, black and yellow, and I like it a lot. And B13 is a great freaking knot. It's very like luxurious feeling. It kind of just engulfs your whatever you're putting it on, and it's like a big, luxurious, soft cloud on your face. It probably has the least amount of backbone out of any declaration grooming brush I've tried or have. So I thought about it and I was like, man, so I already have some really sick B11s. I already have some really sick B13s, and I really like B15 too, and a lot of people don't. But I have three B15s, and I have some pretty sick B15 pores too. I have a Cotton Candy, which is really cool. It's like a bright pink and blue. I have the Spooky, which is probably my favorite brush to date still, and it was my first declaration grooming brush I ever bought brand new for 400 bucks, and it's black and orange for a Halloween theme, and if you know me, I love Halloween theme stuff. And then my third B15, which is really cool, I was trying to get this pour, and I found it in B15, which I like, so it kind of worked out, is Sombre Hour. So Magic Hour is kind of like a green and gold, where Sombre Hour is like a blue and gold hue. Really gorgeous brush. Mine had some weird swirls in it, but it had some character to it. And I thought about it, I was like, freak, you already have three pretty badass B15s. So yeah, you might as well go for a B16, because I only have one B16. It's a cool pour. I have it in cold 2.0, so it's really, really, really pretty. Blue with white, and has sparkles in it, and it's shiny, iridescent. Wow, yeah, that's smooth, guys. That is really smooth. That is smooth, smooth. And so yeah, I got it in B16, so maybe once I get that, who knows, hopefully it'll arrive in like 4 to 8 weeks. I'll do unboxing on that, but yeah, that's my second B16. The only other B16 I really keep thinking about buying, but I'm like, fuck, I need to stop stacking so many brushes, is the Crown Core. I really like that one because it's purple and gold. And I found one on the BST that looks pretty nice for like 300. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about buying that one. But I don't know if I need three B16s. So that's something, you know, sorry I'm on a rant, but that's something I've been doing. And that's why I also been doing these comparisons on my Instagram posts, because I'm trying to figure out which brushes that, if they're really similar and like these two, and say I don't really like the handle on this one, but I like the handle on this one, then I know I can let this one go and sell it. So I've been doing a lot of comparisons to see what I want to sell and move on. And so far I got one or two brushes for sure in that pile. I'm going to wait until I have, see if I have any more that I want to sell right away. And that way, using the splash, we gave it a good shake. I'll let it air out for a second or two. And then I've been doing this weird thing where I've been patting. I don't know. Oh yeah, strong. Strong, beautiful citrus and jasmine scent. Also strong on the alcohol. Man, because that was a close shave. That was really close. That was probably one of the closer head shaves I've had in a while. Just because that thing is so smooth. But thanks for listening to my rant about that. But yeah, I'm trying to downsize my brush collection because it is getting a little crazy. I'm at like 50, I don't know, 50 to 53. I got to count. And then like I said, I have that Monzingo ZT4 I just bought used coming. Eventually, I got this new Declaration Grooming coming, and I still have a custom H6, fully custom. It's pretty pricey from Milton at Turner Shave. So I got at least 3 more brushes on the way, and I already have like 50 to 53. So that's like, I don't know, that's like 56 brushes. So yeah, I would like to kind of get that number back down a little bit. Um, and it's just good, right? It's good to always kind of re-question yourself in those type of aspects. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to stop the video. I usually don't do that, but had to get a notice outside their RV campground. Wanted to give us a notice about rules with fireworks and stuff for this 4th of July weekend. But I think it's always a good thing. What I was getting at is always reevaluating, and this is with anything in life, your stuff, your things, your finances, and challenge it. Challenge those beliefs. So that's kind of what I'm doing with my brushes, because I do have a brush issue. I know I do. I have 50 freaking shaving brushes, and I live in an RV. But I enjoy them. Like, that's my one thing. I love shaving. I love the luxury feel of these higher end brushes, and I love how cool looking some of the handles are. And that's the thing, right? So like, I like this knot, and there's multiple handles that I think are cool for it, and that's why I get multiple. But I'm at that point where I just can't appreciate and use them all, even with being a head shaver and a face shaver. I'm just at that point now where, especially now that I'm retired early, I don't face shave every day anymore. I could, but I don't. And even if I face shave and head shave every day like I was when I was going to work, I can only use, that's 2 brushes a day is usually what I would do. You do the math on that. That's 25 days, so once a month I can use every brush. I mean, that's not bad, but now that I'm not shaving every day, so I'm probably using, one of these brushes. Like, I haven't used this brush except for since yesterday, but before that, it's probably been 2, maybe 3 months since I've used this. And I'm like, man, like, I want to use more of these luxury knots that I have that I really enjoy. So it's making me really focus, right, on those brushes, figuring out which ones that I like the best. And some of them that I'm like, oh man, this is good. But now I'm like, oh shit, well, now that I have this B5 and I have this knot and I have this great batch of hair, this knot isn't as good as when I first started and I bought it 4 or 5 months ago. And that's another thing I'm learning is some of the brushes that I thought were amazing 6 months ago, now that I have better brushes with more luxurious hair, I'm like, ooh, this brush, it's still really good, better than most brushes, but it's on the low totem pole on my brushes. And those type of brushes, I'm going to try to move on. And I'm going to sell them at what I think is probably a little bit below what market goes for, because I just like to move stuff. I'm not trying to make a profit. If I lose a little money, oh well. I had fun trying a new brush for a while, and I'd just rather sell something and move it than try to break even and have it sit around for a few months. But that's going to be for another video, maybe another talk. So yeah, so for today, we'll do a really quick recap. We used Bricktown Grooming, batch 214, Jasmine and Citrus. We used the soap, boom, and the splash was great. We used the Blackland Vector in stainless steel. Love this. We used it with a Feather Pro Guard, first use. And yeah, I'm in the honeymoon phase because it's brand new, but this is the best blade I've used so far. Love it. The big thing today is I wanted to compare my Mojo Northern Lights B9A Plus against my full decoration grooming Pearl of the Stars, also known as POTS B9A Plus, to see which one I liked more. I like them both, but I think as far as my preference goes nowadays, where I like more of a cloud-like feel, this one wins. This one has a bit more backbone than this one. Still super soft, still great knot. It's going to make me keep it out now, and I'm going to start using it more to see, maybe after a month or 2 of using it, give it another 20 or 30 uses, see if I can make that knot evolve a little bit to be more like this knot. And if not, I'll reevaluate to see if, hey, do I need to move this one? But yeah, my next comparison will be this against my B9A Plus Blood of Kings. I don't know if that'll be on video or not. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's longer. I'm not going to apologize because you guys could already cut off the video if you wanted to, or you could stay around and listen to my rants. I'll check you guys out on the next video, and as always, have a kick-ass time.